Hi, I'm Ella and this is Bonnie, and we're travelling around the UK in our DIY camper van. This week we're driving out of Cheddar Gorge and heading to Bath. Good morning from the van. It's still bright and early and sorry, I'm making breakfast and I'm trying to stop Bonnie from eating all the cheese I've left on the side. Yeah, so we're in the van, we're still in Cheddar, so if you watched, come here. So if you watched our last video, Cheddar is where we ended the video and we're parked up in Cheddar Gorge. And it's one of my favourite park ups. It's been really cool. It was a little noisy overnight with some boy racers, but they stopped around 11, so it wasn't the end of the world. So this video, obviously we're starting in Cheddar, we're going to be leaving soon. That's why we're just doing some breakfast. And then we're going to Bath. So sticking along this sort of west side. Yeah, heading on to Bath. I'm going to finish off breakfast. Bonnie can have a bit of cheese. Before she goes and just helps herself anyway. If you've got a dog, then you must know about the cheese tax. Sharing is caring and all that. Come on then. Come on. And then whilst we're in Cheddar, I'm having some cheddar on toast. This is what I bought yesterday. I think I've cut off a bit too much. I like cheese slabs. Yeah, hopefully it will taste good. I managed to burn the toast. I don't know if you can see on camera how smoky the van is. Okay, so I've kind of done my cheese on toast. Looks a little bit like scrambled egg where the cheese hasn't melted loads, but I'm sure it will taste the same. And I put a little bit of salt over the top. So let's see, let's go for this one. Good cheese. This is nice. I've got like a smoky flavoured one. Bonnie's waiting on the sidelines for all my leftovers. To Bath? Tried to get some cool drone and camera shots as we were driving out, but it was all a bit of a fail. The drone crashed into one of the cliff sides and landed in the road. Luckily, nothing ran over it. And then I tried putting like my action camera on the back of the van, so as I was driving out, it would have been some cool shots. But yeah, the action camera, when I pressed record, it didn't register because it was quite far away from the unit part. managed to get a little clip of us sort of moving from one parking space to another, but that was sort of it really. So I'll have to look at the footage later, see if it's any good, but I'm not holding out much hope. Yeah, just driving through all the tiny country roads to Bath. So it's saying about half an hour to go now, so not too far away. Just stuck behind a cyclist at the moment, taking our time. So we've just parked up in Bath. Had a bit of a mare parking. There are no spaces at the spot I've planned out to use. So I had like a backup one that I'll come to, but I ended up driving into the clean air zone. So I need to Google how expensive that's going to be for me. We're now at the park and ride, so we're just going to hop on the bus into Bath.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain. Beauty in the mundane.
Come on, let's go.
As the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
We're off the bus and we're just walking into Bath. Got off at the wrong stop as well, so we're miles away from where I wanted to be. We were meant to stop at the park so Bonnie could have a run. We're now in the centre, so we're going to have a look round while we're here. And we'll have to do the park on the way out. So we'll wander for a bit and then we'll find some lunch, I think. Bonnie taking all the sights and smells.
Tiptoes undercover, agents of the other.
So just walking down some of the quieter streets in Bath, and it's named Bath after the Roman baths, which it's famous for. So obviously when they discovered them, they saw baths, named Bath. Very inventive again. And you see around the city, obviously all this sort of honey coloured limestone, and any building built within sort of the confines of Bath have to be made out of this limestone. So it's kind of one of the things it's known for as well, and it does make it very beautiful, so I appreciate it. So the actual Roman baths themselves we won't be able to go around as it's not dog friendly, which is fair enough because Bonnie probably would go for a little swim. But yeah, so it'll be just mostly outside today, I think. So we're just walking along the Royal Crescent, which is the fancy part of Bath. I mean, most of it is fancy. This bit in particular, the house and flat prices are crazy. You could buy a lot of vans for one flat here. This was initially built in like the Georgian time period. Oh, let me spin, Bonnie's tangling me up. So it was initially built in like the Georgian time period by John Wood in the late 1700s. And it is beautiful. I think it was inspired by Stonehenge, with like the position of the buildings in relation to the sun and that sort of thing. Quite cool. Apparently 11 of these townhouses are still full townhouses, as in they've not been split up into flats and stuff yet, which is crazy. What do you even do with 5 floors of house? down the street from the Royal Crescent is the Royal Circle. So designed and built by the same architect at the same similar times as well. On these buildings though you can really see sort of his love of Stonehenge, the Druids, pagans, all that sort of thing. You can see the designs on the front of a lot of these ones, like there's carvings like acorns and swords, snakes, serpents, so all in that sort of druid, pagan-y sort of thing. Apparently he was also a Freemason, and if you look at the Royal Circle from above, that and then a couple of the streets coming off of it are shaped like a key, so like Masonic symbolism as well. What do you think, Bonnie? Would you rather live here or in the van? What would you choose? I don't think she'd care. I think she'd just go wherever I am. Oh, let me jump. Right, we're going to head off into the centre of Bath again and see if we can find somewhere to eat. Oh.
Just refine like the phoenix from the ash. I'm astray.
And you're allowed. Here we go. Ahmed. See some of the sights. Just coming up to the Abbey now. Okay, so we're at the Abbey. It's quite impressive from outside. Apparently it was where the first king of like all of England was crowned many years ago. We can't go in, so I don't know if the inside's any good because dogs aren't allowed. But it's very impressive.
Change is constant, learning to flow. Holy unknown, lemons thrown. May look different from what you've dreamed.
I don't know if you're allowed in this one, Bonnie.
Colors and contrast making it art.
Thank you.
Happy can be done. Turning into all that's good.
Lovely, thank you. Hello, yeah. Thanks. Bonnie, you need to wait. You're carrying me up. Good girl. Come on. Thank you. Hey, wait. Wait a minute, you. Bonnie. Bonnie. Ready.
Ain't it funny? Thought I was lacking.
Oh, you got it on me.
Then I realized all is within. Are your thoughts friend or foe? It's your choice which way you go.
So yeah, just doing a lap of the Abbey and then we're going to go over to one of the parks for Bonnie. So just about to go into the park. So not very impressed with the dog friendliness of Bath. We're about to go into one of the gardens to let her have a little wander and no dogs in a park. What? So we're going to have a little wander around and I think there's a weir? I don't know how you pronounce it. A bridge. So we'll go have a look at that. I'm sure she'll be allowed on part of that at least.
Courage to change the things I can. Wisdom to know.
It's always quite impressive to look at. It initially opened in 1770 and it's one of only 4 bridges in the world that's got shops along it on both sides. Yeah, it was initially built to stop the village, the town, city of Bath from flooding. And yeah, it's very beautiful. It was actually used in the film Les Miserables, one of the scenes there. I can't remember which one. It's very pretty. We'll see if we can walk along it with Bonnie. So just walking along the bridge now, you actually would have no idea that it's a bridge. It's just got some cute little shops on. Yeah, quite nice to walk along. Then most of Bath has got nice little shops around it, some independent ones. And as much as I'd love to go in them, since I don't have a job at the moment, I'm resisting the temptation. So we're just gonna walk back through Bath and head back to the van by the park for Bonnie. Come on. What are you looking at? Okay, so we're back at the van, which is always a relief when it's still there and it's parked somewhere a bit out the way. Oh, let's not point you that way. How messy the bed is. Yeah, so we're probably gonna stay here for a couple of hours, just basically to avoid the M25 rush hour traffic. But then we're heading home after. That's this little trip all finished. So if you've been following along the last few weeks, then thank you very much. It's probably one of my favourite trips in the van. I've really enjoyed it. It's been good fun, hasn't it, Bonnie? I think she's had fun. Yeah, so thank you for watching and see you next time.